Most of us grew up believing that all fish are healthy. Doctors, magazines, even family traditions told us, if you want a strong heart, sharp memory, and long life, eat more fish. But here's the truth no one talks about. If you're over 60, some fish can silently damage your health. The wrong kind of fish, loaded with mercury, hidden toxins, or raised in polluted waters, can actually worsen memory loss, increase joint pain, and strain your heart. And yet millions of older adults unknowingly eat them every single week. Now, here's the hopeful part. The right fish can do the exact opposite. Just 2 servings a week of the right varieties have been shown to sharpen your memory, lower inflammation, strengthen your bones, and even add years to your life. So in today's video, I'll reveal the 4 worst fishes you should never touch after 60, and the 4 best ones you must eat to protect your brain, heart, and joints. This isn't fear-mongering. This is science backed by nutritionists and medical experts. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to shop, cook, and eat fish safely, so you can enjoy every bite while giving your body the protection it deserves. And if you've ever wondered at the supermarket which fish is worth putting in your cart, and which one might secretly be hurting you, this video will give you the answers. So let's dive in. Starting with the hidden dangers of fish no one warns seniors about. By the end, you'll know exactly how to make better choices at the fish counter, and enjoy the benefits of a longer, healthier life. When we reach our 60s, the way our bodies process food begins to change. The nutrients we eat don't just fuel us for the day, they determine how sharp our memory stays, how strong our bones remain, and how much energy we'll have in the years ahead. And this is where fish comes in. Fish can be one of the most powerful foods for seniors, or one of the most dangerous. On the positive side, fish is one of the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids, the healthy fats that support brain health, reduce inflammation, and keep our hearts beating strong. Studies show that older adults who eat omega-3 rich fish just twice a week have a lower risk of dementia, heart disease, and arthritis flare-ups. Fish is also loaded with lean protein, which is vital because muscle mass declines naturally after 60. And without enough protein, daily tasks like walking, carrying groceries, or even standing up from a chair become harder over time. But here's the catch. Not all fish are created equal. Some varieties are contaminated with mercury, heavy metals, and industrial toxins. These harmful substances accumulate in our bodies over time, affecting memory, weakening the immune system, and even straining the liver and kidneys. For seniors who may already be managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or arthritis, these toxic fish can quietly make matters worse. Think about it this way. Imagine 2 people, both 65 years old. One of them chooses a cheap farm-raised fish every week, thinking they're making a healthy choice. The other spends a little more on wild-caught salmon or nutrient-rich sardines. Fast forward 10 years. One is dealing with chronic inflammation, memory lapses, and higher risk of heart trouble. The other is still walking, still socializing, still sharp in conversation. The difference isn't luck, it's choice. And it starts with knowing which fish to avoid and which ones to put on your plate. So now that you understand why choosing the right fish matters so much after 60, let's get into the 4 worst fishes you should never touch, no matter how tempting or affordable they might look. Now let's talk about the 4 worst fishes you should never touch after 60. These are the varieties that may look appealing at the supermarket or at a restaurant menu, but beneath the surface they carry hidden dangers that can harm your brain, your heart, and your long-term health. I'll also give you safer alternatives for each, so you never feel stuck without options. 1. Tilefish. The mercury trap. Tilefish is one of the highest mercury fish you can eat. Mercury is a heavy metal that builds up in the body over time, and for seniors, the consequences can be devastating. High mercury exposure has been linked to memory loss, slower reflexes, and even increased risk of heart problems. If you're already managing high blood pressure or cholesterol, mercury can silently make things worse. The scary part is that mercury poisoning doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow buildup. You may not notice until your hands start trembling, your memory feels foggy, or your energy is lower than it used to be. That's why tilefish is best avoided altogether. Safer alternative. Instead, choose wild-caught salmon or rainbow trout. Both are rich in omega-3s but very low in mercury. 2. Farmed tilapia, the inflammation fish. Next on our list is farmed tilapia. Tilapia is often sold as an affordable, mild-tasting fish, which is why so many families buy it. But here's the hidden truth. Most farmed tilapia contains very low levels of omega-3, the healthy fat your body needs, and much higher levels of omega-6. Why does that matter? Because too much omega-6 causes inflammation, and inflammation is the root cause of arthritis pain, stiff joints, and even heart disease. For seniors who may already be battling arthritis, this can feel like pouring fuel on the fire. Safer alternative. Instead of farmed tilapia, go for sardines or anchovies. They're smaller fish packed with calcium and omega-3s, and they don't carry the same risks of inflammation. 3. King mackerel, the toxin powerhouse. Third, we have king mackerel. Now, not all mackerel is bad, but king mackerel is especially dangerous because of its extremely high mercury levels. This fish can increase the risk of cardiovascular stress. For seniors with heart conditions, king mackerel can be a silent threat. On top of that, king mackerel often contains industrial toxins that are particularly harmful for the brain and nervous system. The safer alternative is that if you enjoy mackerel, choose Atlantic mackerel instead. It's much lower in mercury and still provides excellent omega-3 benefits without the heavy risks. And the fourth fish to avoid is imported farmed catfish. Here's why. Catfish itself isn't inherently bad, but much of the catfish imported from overseas is raised in unregulated environments. To prevent disease in crowded fish farms, heavy doses of antibiotics are used, some of which are banned in the United States. When you eat that fish, those antibiotic residues and pollutants enter your body. For older adults, this puts extra strain on the liver and kidneys, organs that naturally become less efficient with age. If you already take daily medications, this extra toxic load is the last thing your body needs. The safer alternative: if you enjoy catfish, make sure it's U.S. farm-raised, where farming standards are stricter, or swap it for trout, a safe, protein-rich fish that supports heart and muscle health. So there you have it, the 4 worst fishes you should never touch after 60. Tilefish, farmed tilapia, king mackerel, and imported farmed catfish. But don't worry, avoiding these doesn't mean giving up on delicious, nourishing fish meals. In fact, the right fish choices can strengthen your brain, your heart, and your joints. So let's flip the script. In the next section, I'll show you the 4 best fishes you should be eating regularly to protect your health and add vitality to your years. Now that we've talked about the fishes to avoid, let's shift our focus to the ones you must eat after 60. These are the fishes that work with your body, not against it. They fight inflammation, protect your memory, strengthen your heart, and even support your bones. These are the fishes that can truly make a difference in how you feel every single day. 1. Wild-caught salmon, the brain and heart protector. First on the list is wild-caught salmon. Salmon is often called a superfish, and for good reason. It's one of the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation, keep your arteries clear, and protect against memory decline. For seniors, this is especially important. Omega-3s have been linked to a lower risk of dementia and improved cardiovascular health. That means better circulation to the brain, more stable mood, and stronger protection against stroke. On top of that, salmon is packed with vitamin D, which supports bone strength, crucial after 60, when bone density naturally declines. A practical tip: if buying fresh salmon feels expensive, look for frozen wild-caught salmon or canned wild salmon. Both are excellent choices. 2. Sardines, the tiny powerhouse. Next, we have sardines. Don't let their small size fool you. Sardines are nutritional giants. They're one of the best sources of calcium and vitamin D, making them an excellent choice for protecting against osteoporosis and fractures. And unlike larger fish, sardines are very low in mercury because of their small size and short lifespan. They also contain high amounts of vitamin B12, which supports nerve health and helps prevent fatigue, something many older adults struggle with. The beauty of sardines is that they're affordable, convenient, and versatile. You can eat them straight from the can, add them to a salad, or enjoy them on whole grain toast. 3. Rainbow trout, the gentle protein. Third, we have rainbow trout. Unlike many farmed fish, trout raised in the U.S. is carefully regulated, making it a safe and healthy choice. Trout is high in lean protein, which is essential for maintaining muscle mass after 60. Remember, without enough protein, simple daily activities like climbing stairs or carrying groceries can become harder over time. Trout is also a good source of potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure and supports heart rhythm. For older adults managing hypertension, this makes trout a smart addition to the diet. Practical tip: try baking trout with lemon and herbs, or lightly grilling it for a flavorful, heart-healthy meal. And finally, we have anchovies. These small fish are often overlooked, but they are packed with nutrition. Anchovies are loaded with omega-3s, selenium, and high-quality protein. Selenium acts as an antioxidant, protecting your cells from damage and slowing down the aging process. Because anchovies are small and low on the food chain, they contain very little mercury, making them one of the safest seafood choices for seniors. Anchovies can be added to sauces, salads, or soups to boost flavor and nutrition without overwhelming the dish. So there you have it, the 4 fishes you must eat after 60. Wild-caught salmon, sardines, rainbow trout, and anchovies. Each of these isn't just food, they're medicine in disguise. They help keep your mind sharp, your bones strong, and your heart beating with vitality. And the best part, They're all delicious, affordable, and available in most supermarkets. Now the question is, how do you make sure you're buying the right fish, cooking it safely, and getting the maximum benefits from every bite? In the next section, I'll give you a practical guide on how to shop smart, prepare fish the healthy way, and make these powerful foods a regular part of your diet. Now that you know which fishes to avoid and which ones to add to your plate, the next step is learning how to shop and eat fish safely after 60. Because it's not just about choosing the right type of fish, it's also about where it comes from, how it's stored, and how you prepare it at home. When you're at the supermarket, the first thing to look for is the label. Always check if the fish is wild-caught or farm-raised. Wild-caught generally means the fish lived in its natural environment, feeding on a natural diet. These fish usually contain higher levels of omega-3s and lower levels of harmful fats. Farm-raised can be safe in some countries, like the US or Canada, where farming standards are stricter. But avoid fish farmed overseas in countries with weaker regulations, where antibiotics and pollutants are common. Also, look for the country of origin. If the package says the fish comes from heavily polluted waters, think twice. Safer bets are US, Canada, Norway, or certain parts of the EU. Here's a secret many people don't know. Frozen fish can actually be just as healthy, sometimes even healthier than fresh fish. Why? Because frozen fish is usually caught and frozen immediately, locking in its nutrients. Fresh fish, on the other hand, may sit on ice for days before it reaches your plate. That doesn't mean fresh is bad. It just means you should buy it from a trusted fishmonger and make sure it smells clean like the ocean, not sour or fishy. Once you bring your fish home, how you cook it matters. Best methods: steaming, baking, broiling, or grilling. These methods preserve the nutrients without adding unhealthy fats. What to avoid: deep frying or heavy breading, which cancels out many of the heart and brain benefits of fish. If you're worried about strong smells, squeeze fresh lemon over the fish before cooking. It cuts down the odor and boosts flavor. And remember, fish doesn't have to be complicated. A simple piece of salmon baked with olive oil, garlic, and herbs can be one of the healthiest meals you'll ever eat. According to nutrition experts, seniors should aim for 2 to 3 servings of fish per week. A serving is about the size of your palm, or roughly 4 ounces. That's enough to give your body the omega-3s, protein, and vitamin D it needs without overloading it with mercury or other risks. Budget-friendly options. Now I know what you might be thinking. Fish can be expensive. But here's the good news. Some of the healthiest options are also the most affordable. Canned sardines, mackerel, or salmon are inexpensive, last a long time, and pack the same nutrients as fresh fish. Just make sure to choose the varieties packed in water or olive oil, not heavy sauces with too much sodium. And a few final reminders to keep your fish safe and healthy. Always cook fish to an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit, that is about 63 degrees Celsius. Store fresh fish in the refrigerator and eat it within 2 days. Wash your hands, knives, and cutting boards thoroughly to avoid cross-contamination. When you combine the right fish with the right shopping and cooking habits, you're not just eating a meal, you're giving your body medicine in its most natural form. Safe shopping, smart preparation, and balanced portions are the keys to enjoying fish well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Now let's bring everything together with a motivational close that will help you see fish not just as food but as a daily investment in your future health and independence. So let's pause for a moment and bring everything together. If you're over 60, every meal you eat has the power to either push you forward toward health or quietly hold you back. Today we uncovered the 4 fishes you should never touch: tilefish, farmed tilapia, king mackerel, and imported farmed catfish. These may look harmless on the surface, but over time they can add toxins, trigger inflammation, and steal away your energy. But here's the hopeful part. We also discovered the 4 fishes you must eat: wild-caught salmon, sardines, rainbow trout, and anchovies. These are not just foods, they're your allies. They protect your memory, strengthen your bones, ease your joints, and fuel your heart with vitality. Now imagine yourself a few years from today. You've made the simple choice to avoid the harmful fish, and instead, you've embraced the healthy ones. You notice your joints aren't as stiff in the morning. Your memory feels clearer. Your doctor is pleased with your heart health, and you have the strength to keep doing the things you love, whether it's gardening, traveling, playing with your grandchildren, or simply enjoying a walk in the park. This isn't wishful thinking. This is what science tells us is possible when we nourish our bodies wisely. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need a complicated diet or expensive supplements. You just need awareness, consistency, and the willingness to choose the foods that love you back. Your health is not behind you. It's right here in your hands, on your plate, and in the choices you make starting today. If this video gave you clarity, I encourage you to take the next step. Share it with a friend, a family member, or someone in your community who's also over 60. Because the right knowledge can change a life, not just yours, but theirs too. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Every week we bring you practical, research-backed tips designed specifically for older adults, because you deserve to age with dignity, confidence, and health. Click the notification bell so you never miss an update, because small steps taken consistently lead to big transformations. As you head to the supermarket or plan your next meal, remember this: food is more than fuel. It's a form of self-respect, a daily gift you give to your body. Avoid the fishes that quietly harm you. Embrace the ones that nourish your brain, your heart, and your independence. You're not just eating for today, you're eating for your future self, for the memories yet to be made, and for the joy of living life fully after 60. Take care of your body, and it will take care of you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.